guys, and welcome back to my channel. And it has been about 2 years since I posted a workout routine video, and I've definitely made a couple little tweaks since. So today we are sharing my updated workout routine. So if you guys didn't know, or, needed an update, I am still in dental school. I am now a 4th year dental student, so I'm almost done. And with me being in the 4th year, I actually have a lot more time than I used to have. I don't have class at 8 a.m. every morning anymore. I'm not constantly studying for exams. So I actually have my schedule slightly freed up to work out a little bit more. But even with that, I actually find myself still doing a 4-day workout routine, which is what I did before. So today I will be sharing that 4-day with little optional 5th day workout routine. The same as last time, I will also have a link to download my free plan down below if you guys want to join along with me, because I know it can be hard to follow along with workouts on Instagram. And I know a lot of you guys who follow me, you're balling on a budget. You may be a student as well, or you maybe just have things that you'd rather spend money on than spending $300 a month on a coach or something, which working out does not have to be expensive. I pay $10 a month for my gym membership. I haven't even been going to that gym. I've just been going to my apartment gym, and I've never paid for a personal trainer. I've never paid for a coach. I just personally don't think that I would like that, and I don't think it would add a lot to my workout experience. I kind of like choosing what I'm doing. But if you guys want something to follow along, I really do love my current program, and I think that a lot of you guys will as well. Along with the free PDF, I will also be linking the workout templates on the Strong app. So this is not sponsored, but I have been using the Strong app for like 5 years now. I love this app. It helps me know what workout I'm doing next. All I do is click on my little template. It tells me you're starting out with pull-ups. I'm like, excellent. It tells me how many reps I did last time, how much weight I used for a certain exercise last time, so you don't hop on the lat pull down and have to figure out what weight you used before. It keeps track of all of that. It's super easy. It also keeps track of your rest time. So I always set my rest for around 2 minutes for compound movements and 1:15 to 1:30 for accessory movements. So I actually did upgrade to the premium Strong app, which I like because I can save more workout templates, but I was using the free version for years, and there is a ton you can do with the free version. So highly recommend the Strong app if you are not using that. It's a great tool, and it's free. So before we get started, I want to have a little chat of why are we working out? What should our goals be? Can we have appearance related goals? Can we have health related goals? Absolutely. But I feel like for a long time I was trying to have some sort of goal in terms of okay, should I have a goal weight I want to be lifting, a strength related goal? Should I have a physique related goal? And I'm here to come out and say, it's okay to enjoy your workouts and literally not have any goal. I straight up will go into the gym, lift the same weight essentially every week. Maybe some weeks I go a little bit up, some weeks I go a little bit down. And I just have a good time. If I never deadlift 2 plates, who cares? I'm not training for a competition. I don't need to look a certain way, I just love going to the gym, having that me time. I love feeling strong for a good hour of the day. And for me, I feel like going to the gym and doing strength training helps me just strengthen my overall core muscles and prevent injury, because I've dealt with some back injuries in the past. And I actually feel like it helps me prevent injuries at school as well, because I really need to have good posture for doing dentistry and all that stuff. So here's to say, it's okay if you're not lifting the most weight. It's, you don't have to have goals like that. It's okay to just work out in ways that you enjoy. And personally, I enjoy lifting weight. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the routine. So a couple little core principles of my workout routine. I still have not changed from my full body push-pull split. So I do my workouts in kind of an interesting way that not very many people do, but I feel like more people should, because I think it's an incredible way to mix up your workouts. So I have a push full body day where we do the push muscles of the upper body, like chest, triceps, shoulders. And then I also do more of squat focused movements for quads and glutes. So that's on my push day. What I like about doing a full body split is I'll start with an upper body exercise, then move on to a lower body exercise. And I feel like I can still give more exercises my all, as opposed to me doing a full day of upper body. If I went straight from doing overhead press to bench press, I just feel like I would be a lot more tired. But because I do an upper body, a lower body, then an upper body again, allows my body to have a little more rest. And then I'm only doing 3 to 4 upper body exercises a day, as opposed to 6 to 7, which is just a lot for one day. So if you haven't tried kind of a full body split like that, I highly recommend it. And then my second day of the split is a pull focused. That's where we do back, biceps, and hamstrings. It'll make sense when you get to the workouts. A couple other principles just in general for working out. Always always start out with your heaviest compound lifts at first. In case you needed a little convincing, try to do a heavy compound lift at the beginning of your workout versus the end and compare how much weight you use. I notice it the most when I do pull-ups. If I don't do pull-ups the first thing in my pull day, I can do like maybe 2, but when I start out with them, I can do like 5 to 6. So your first exercise when you're nice and fresh in the gym should always be the exercise you're trying to do the heaviest. I tend to do 1 to 2 upper body compound lifts and 1 to 2 lower body compound lifts, and then a couple accessory lifts. Compound lifts are things like bench press, squat, deadlift, that kind of thing. Everything I do is around 3 sets. I just find that that's kind of ideal. Occasionally I'll do 4 sets on something like squats if I want to start out with a warm-up set of like just the bar or like 65 pounds. But if it's just like an accessory lift, I'll probably only be doing 3 sets, and I always try to aim for 8 to 10 reps and hitting failure at that 8 to 10 reps. So if you're doing 8 reps and you're like, yeah, I could do like 20 more, that's not the right amount of 8 reps, and kind of be struggling to hit that 8th or 10th rep. And take everything in my routine as with a little grain of salt. If you'd rather switch it for an exercise that works the same muscle, absolutely feel free. For a long time, I was not doing barbell squats because I just like really didn't like them. They were not making my back feel very good, but now I have started working them into my routine. But if there's any exercise always that you feel like you shouldn't do, don't do it. If you don't like Bulgarian split squats, find something else. No one's forcing you to do those. And lastly, this is all kind of modified to be in my apartment gym. That's just been where I've been working out recently. I just haven't felt like driving to my gym recently, and I just feel like it's a lot more private in there, and I kind of like that. So okay, next we're going to break down the actual split in terms of what I do every day. I also feel like this is a good point to mention that I am not a personal trainer. I do not offer personal training services. Every once in a while I get a DM, people asking me to train them, and that's another reason why I just give away my plan for free. Like, I'm not going to charge for it because this is not my job. I'm not a personal trainer. But also keep in mind, sometimes if you're hiring someone that just has a personal training certificate, doesn't always mean that they're actually very knowledgeable about it. So definitely if you are hiring a personal trainer, make sure that they know what they're doing, because I have seen some questionable stuff on like Instagram fitness trainers who do have a certificate. That's not to say that their certificate doesn't mean anything, but I think you guys probably know what I mean. All of my workouts usually last about 45 to 50 minutes. I can be in and out of the gym fast. And you know what? I work out before class, so I have to be fast. We're not spending an hour and a half in the gym. I frankly don't know how people have the energy for that. I personally couldn't do it. Your workouts don't need to be long to be effective. So about 45 to 50 minutes. Recently, I also have been throwing on a set or 2 of TRX abs at the end of at least 2 of my workouts per week, so that I just get a little abs in and it's super easy. And I feel like that has made a big difference in my core strength. Okay, day 1, we start out with a push day. So again, this is push full body. I always like to start out with my barbell overhead presses. I love overhead presses. I do about 3 to 4 sets of these, and in between my sets of doing those, I start warming up my lower body so that I am ready for exercise number 2, which is barbell squats. I have started reincorporating barbell squats. For a while, they were not feeling good on my back, but I feel like in the past about 2 years of me not doing those squats, I've really strengthened my core, especially my lower core muscles. I just really try to engage those while I'm doing the squat so that I know my back is nice and secure. I also never use any sort of lifting belt or anything because I'm not going for like 1 rep maxes or anything, so I just don't really find it necessary. Also, you shouldn't rely on a belt to help you for lifting if you're doing it every day, like 10 to 12 reps. Like, it should really be if you're pushing yourself to your limit. And then next, like I said, we do upper, lower, upper. So next exercise is either a dumbbell or barbell bench press. So on day 1 of my push day, I will do a flat bench press. Then we switched up with lateral raises. I used to kind of push myself a little too much on lateral raises. I was getting up to like 17.5 pounds and we were swinging. Like we were about to fly away. We're swinging so much. So I've dropped it down to like 10 to 12.5 pounds and focused on just being a little more mindful with my movements, not swinging as much, bringing my arms a little more forward into the scapular plane. And I felt a lot more engagement in my lateral delts. Then we do another leg exercise. And one of my favorites recently has been the front elevated reverse lunge. If I was at my regular gym, I would do this on the Smith machine. I really love the Smith machine for this exercise because you can really just focus on pushing up off that leg and not worry about your balance. But in my apartment gym, I either do it with a barbell or just holding 2 dumbbells. Another note on how to enter your weights into the Strong app. If you're doing an upper body exercise and holding 2 individual dumbbells, record the weight of 1 single dumbbell, because each weight, let's say, is overhead pressing 25 pounds if you're holding 2 25-pound dumbbells. But if you're doing a lunge and you're holding 2 25 pounds, you're lunging 50 pounds because you're not doing individual arms. So generally for a lower body exercise, if you're holding 2 dumbbells, add the weight of the dumbbells. But if it's an upper body exercise and you're holding 2 individual dumbbells, record the weight of each individual one. Then our last upper body exercise of the first push day will be tricep extensions. I actually bought my own little rope to bring to my apartment gym because they didn't have a rope, and I love the rope for tricep extensions. I just really feel it engaging in the triceps. And then the final optional exercise, usually my legs will feel pretty worked by 2 heavy sets of squats and lunges. But if I'm feeling like I have a little bit of extra time, I'll just throw in a little leg extension to work the quads a little more isolated. Then we have day 2, which is our first pull day. So I start all of my pull days with a neutral grip pull-up. I find that that is most comfortable on my wrists. Chin-ups are okay sometimes. Regular pull-ups, I just feel like it's a lot of twisting in my wrist. So neutral grip just feels really good for me. And for a while I was doing those assisted with a light band, but recently I have gone back to doing those unassisted. Listen guys, I'm not even that strong. I'm not even that strong. If you guys feel like, hey, I'm lifting pretty similar weight to Kathryn, like just go and try a pull-up. You might surprise yourself. Maybe start out with a chin-up. Those are a little easier. Anyways, we start out with pull-ups. I love pull-ups. I do about 3 sets of those. And listen, in my first set, we might do 5 or 6. By my last, we're doing 3, maybe 4 max. So I get tired from those pretty quick. In between my pull-up sets, I will warm up my lower body so that we're ready for exercise number 2. Deadlifts. For a while, I was kind of switching between the types of deadlifts that I was doing. I normally do sumo deadlifts, but when I was going to my other gym a little more frequently, I would actually use the hex bar pretty often. And then occasionally I throw in a set of conventional deadlifts. So do whatever kind of deadlifts you like best. I do just like sumo the best. So that's what I'm doing most often. Then we'll do a lat pull down. I usually just use the regular straight bar, but again, if I'm at my other gym, occasionally they have a fun little bar where you can get a hold on the side and pull it down instead of like this. So, you know, just use what you can, switch it up if you want. Then I've started to do a kneeling cable row. So the row machine at my apartment gym just doesn't feel right when you're doing a seated cable row. So actually kneel down and do a single row with the little single holder strap. And I find a lot better engagement in my mid back that way than when I'm doing the seated row. Then back to the lower body. Like I said, pull day is a little more hamstring focused. So we're gonna do some dumbbell RDLs. I think the last time I filmed a workout routine, I wasn't doing any hamstrings. We had just forgotten about the hamstrings. So we've made up for it now. We will do dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. Then our last upper body exercise of the day, some bicep curls. You really don't need to do a ton of biceps every week. I don't know how some people are doing an entire day of like biceps. I do 2 bicep exercises the entire week, and I feel like I still have some biceps. We're not really proving our point very much here. I don't have the best arm muscles. Anyway, an optional final exercise is the leg curl. At my actual gym, they have a lying leg curl machine, and I love that one. But at my apartment gym, we just have a seated leg curl, which I feel like I don't like quite as much, but gets the job done for a little more isolated hamstring work. Okay, day 3, which is our second push day. We're working the same muscles, but I just switch it up a little bit to do slightly different exercises. So we start out with our overhead press. Generally on my second day of push, we'll do a seated dumbbell overhead press instead of a standing barbell. That kind of allows me to switch between some barbell work and then some more unilateral dumbbell work. It's a good idea to incorporate unilateral work every once in a while, which just you're holding individual dumbbells. So you can make sure that like if you're holding onto a barbell, you're not compensating with one side more than the other. Each side's pushing their own weight. Then we'll do barbell hip thrusts. I used to do those twice a week, and maybe I still should, but I've just been doing them once a week because honestly, they're just like such a pain to set up sometimes. So we do barbell hip thrusts once a week. I still love them. They're a little more complicated of a setup at my apartment gym. I have to like put a mat down, make sure I don't slip. I have to put a plate under my feet because the bench is a little high. It's just an ordeal to set it up. So we do that on the weekends usually because I have a little more time. Then we do an incline dumbbell bench press, just targets slightly different pec muscles. Then lateral raise. Lateral raise is gonna be in every push day. So occasionally I'll do some with my thumbs turned up just to kind of feel it slightly different in my shoulders. I don't really have a reason for that. Sometimes it's just nice to switch it up. Then I will do Bulgarian split squats. So listen, I know some people hate Bulgarian split squats. I don't hate them. Lately, I've actually been doing them holding on to one weight instead of 2, and I just really prefer the balance of that. So if you've been struggling with your Bulgarian split squat balance, try holding one weight instead of 2, one heavier weight instead of 2 lighter weights and see how it is. I sometimes hold the second arm out to the side for a little balance, sometimes put it on my hip. There's a lot you can do. An alternative to the Bulgarian split squats, if I was going to a regular gym, I would maybe do leg press. Then we have overhead tricep extensions. If you just prefer the tricep pull downs kind of thing, by all means, go for it. But sometimes I feel like the extensions hit a little harder on some of the tricep heads. And then lastly, this is kind of an optional one. I haven't been doing it recently, but some good old side step ups. So I was doing these more at my actual gym because they have really high platforms, and I like to do like a nice like high step up. I usually just do body weight for these and just focus on going up and down very slowly. Then we are on to day 4, the last day of the split, and this is going to be our last pull day. Pull day doesn't switch it up too much for me. I start out the same with the neutral grip pull-ups followed by deadlifts. If I did a sumo on day 2, maybe I'll do a conventional day 4, but I don't always switch it up. Then I do lat pull downs again. I can't really find an alternative for those. Then I will do either a dumbbell single arm row or a bent over barbell row. So these are both rows to kind of target the mid back using something other than the cables like I used on the other day. Then on day 2, we did dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. So on day 4, we will do barbell Romanian deadlifts. I actually kind of prefer dumbbell RDLs, but I feel like I push my weight a little further with the barbell. Then we do another set of bicep curls. If you want to switch it up, you can always do hammer curls instead. And then again, if the leg curl machine is available, you can go ahead and use that. Okay, so that concludes my main 4 days. If I feel like doing a 5th day, which recently I have not felt like doing a 5th day, with my current schedule, I have 5 possible days of the week where I can work out, but I just honestly feel like that's too much for strength training. So if I do an optional 5th day, and maybe I didn't do my core work earlier in the week, I'll do a couple sets of TRX abs, and I still kind of do the main TRX abs that I've done in the past. We do usually 10 reps of the body saws, 10 reps of the single leg crunches, kind of more like mountain climbers. And then I try to do 10 reps of the pikes, but the pikes are so hard that sometimes I only get to like 6 to 8 reps. So I try to do 2 to 3 sets of those. But again, like I said, I've kind of been just throwing in a set or 2 at the end of each workout, and then I don't feel like I need to do an additional day. I also have been doing some more Jefferson curls. So Jefferson curls allow you to load your spine when your spine is actually bent, like you're bent over. And for me, I feel like this helps me avoid injury because I literally used to throw out my back whenever my spine was not completely in a neutral position. Like I would have to deadlift everything I picked up. But ever since I started incorporating these and a little more core work, I feel like I can lean over now, bend over, and I don't have little flare-ups like I used to. You're generally kind of hanging off a slight platform with these and really just let your spine arch. They're actually a really nice exercise. And then I'll also occasionally throw in some kneeling kettlebell chops to kind of train rotation as well, because so many exercises are just so neutral with your spine. And then I may do a little stretching mobility. I have had a little, stretching mobility that I've been doing kind of every night, just because I feel like at the end of the day, I've been sitting up straight all day and I just kind of want to, get some movement back in my back. So I do a couple spine rotations, roll on my foam roller, and then just kind of exercises to just get a little movement back in my back. And yeah, that is basically it. So I shared kind of like what's in my gym bag in my last video, but I wanted to share one new little tool that I've been using that has really changed the game for RDLs. So on my pull days, I always use lifting gloves, and I love my gloves because I've seen people like so calloused up that they like bleed, and listen, I don't want to deal with that kind of pain. I feel like I can lift so much more when I'm not worrying about blisters popping on my hands. So I use lifting gloves. I was embarrassed about them for maybe a week, and now I don't even think about it. I love my gloves. But for Romanian deadlifts, before I got what I'm about to show you, I feel like my legs had so many more reps in them, but my hands couldn't carry the weight very long because I would be holding like 50 pounds on each hand, and eventually like my hands just couldn't hold that anymore, but my legs weren't even tired. I know what you guys are thinking, like, oh yeah, like lifting straps. Lifting straps, I can't figure those things out. Those are complicated, and listen, there's better options. So I got these lifting hooks on Amazon, and these things are beautiful. They're by the brand, oh, guys. Cats are being crazy. So these are by the brand D Moose, and they're literally just like lifting hooks. They're super strong, like I can't compress it at all. And this is how you wear them. I've even actually tried to let go of my hand while holding a heavy dumbbell, it stays in the hook. So even if you give out with your hands a little bit, like I always brace the hook with my fingers, but even if like my hands give out, the dumbbell doesn't drop. So this has been such a game changer for me with Romanian deadlifts. And my mom actually recently had a hand injury, and she does a lot of home workouts, and when she was doing like squats and lunges at home, she couldn't really hold the weight because of her hand injury. So these are a great alternative because you don't have to be holding that weight to still do the exercise. So also for anyone who has hand dexterity problems, hand strength issues, even like hand disabilities, I just feel like these are a great tool to have. Never be embarrassed about using little things to help you at the gym. There's no rules. There's no rules at the gym. Who cares? Who cares? If someone's like, oh, you should just have stronger grip strength, I'm not gonna have stronger grip strength, okay? I'm just not. So I'm gonna use these and we're gonna train my legs, because when I'm doing Romanian deadlifts, I'm not working on my grip strength, I'm working on my legs. Okay guys, I think that is it for the video. Again, the free PDF will be linked down below, as well as links to the workout templates on the Strong app. I believe with the free version, you can save 3 templates. I hope this was helpful. I hope this helps you maybe enjoy working out a little bit. If you have any questions, of course, go ahead and leave them down below. I know I probably didn't cover like everything in this video, but we're losing our voice here. We've done a lot of talking today. If you made it this far and you have not yet subscribed, please sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.